Howdy partners, welcome back to ECS Season 8. It's our final game and potentially final map. I should bide my time because MIBR are going into unknown territory. Inferno versus Fnatic next. Yes. Vertigo was the first, the Swedes picked that one up. I'm Machine, I'm joined by Henry G.
Hi there.
What's your take on this one? We heard the devs talking about it and it was a flurry of Fnatic at the bottom of the screen.
I tend to agree, unfortunately. I love it so much. Excuse me. As much as I love to build up a Counter-Strike game and make it exciting, I feel like this has just got 2-0 written all over it. Hopefully, MIBR will find some pistol rounds, some success with Fallen's aggressive AWPing, but they really need everything to work out for them. Historically speaking, when Cold Zero was back in this lineup, he was the only one that could really get the business done in Inferno. He'd be the one responsible for most of their victories on this map if they came through. They don't have him anymore, and generally speaking, their CT sides haven't been fantastic on this map ever, really. So I'm not really that hopeful for it, but you never know. It's Counter-Strike. Anything can and will happen.
Looks like we're going to be jumping into this one. Something that Sean said, and I'm going to keep in the tip of my brain as we get into the first round of play. I think they're going to be knifing, actually, excuse me, before I get too ahead of myself.
Almost.
But, yeah, nearly did that. But the point that Sean was making is he's really unsatisfied with the way MIBR approach the B takes on their T side. So that's something I'm going to keep an eye on, is see how often are they ending on B and how well is that going.
The funny thing is that used to be the best part of their game. Back in the SK days, that was actually the most promising thing about their Inferno. When they did a full B execution, they designed how the Molotov should be placed. They were one of the first teams to actually start Molotoving towards Emo and new boxes.
Jump new box one,
Right, exactly. So it's surprising that that's a takeaway, but this is a different lineup, a different approach, and unfortunately for me, it looks to be a 2-0. I like the fact Vertigo was brought out. The first time you and I have casted it as of late, don't see it too often, but here we go. Second map could be the final one. Another elimination on the line here. Currently 1-0 in favor of Fnatic, and they'll be starting on the T side. They've got a couple of smokes. HEs have suggested going towards B, nade the corner. Then you're going to be dropping those smokes.
Oh, good grief. Oh, they're shell-shocked, desperately limping their way back into the site. Fallen and Fur on 19 points of health, respectively. And just like that, the pistol starts with a literal bang.
Yes, that was kind of insane. An HE kill for both sides, but Fallen and Fur taking more than the lion's share of damage there. That's him down to 19 and first. So Diffuse get available. Incendiary as well. I don't see many of those on the pistol round. Interesting from Fur. I assume he was going to try and push B at the start of that round, but now
things changed.
Yeah.
His health changed very quickly with that HE. Now JW, so much utility being used here on this pistol.
Yeah, he's just trying to send everyone he can towards that side of the map. There's 3 CTs towards B right now. Taco, he'll have to be the savior because at this point he is alone. And JW towards middle, he's been spotted, and that might be enough to allow Golden to get this kill. Absolutely will. And now KNG, he can't really push for that smoke. He has to wait for his teammates.
What
was going to be a B attack, they've now changed up and said, you know what, hold on to the smokes. Let's use this for a post plant towards A, and it's worked out phenomenally well. Golden's going to swing on KNG here. Wow, what a reaction that was. Very quick.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing these two can do now. I mean, clutching onto what, an unarmored 19 point of health incendiary for Fur. And that kit for Fallen as well. No Kevlar vest and no HP. You can see JW, he's just desperate to take everything away from them, and Fallen's going to be the first on the chopping block. Next is Fur. Safe assumption that there'll be another one here. They're all coming for him. 3 players on the hunt. Golden is the one to find him. 4 frags for him in that round. A lovely shot onto KNG as well, the one prior. And so Fnatic will get the first round to start off their T-side campaign. Let's see it again. So they're all grouped up. You couldn't have asked for a better CT stack for that nade.
Both teams had the same idea. They had 3 Ts at the bottom of HE. They had 3 CTs with HEs at the top as well. They both find HE kills, but the T1s were a lot more impactful, that's for sure. And it is going to be a sort of quasi-force buy. Again, no, it's only KNG who's not fully invested, so he's presumably going to bring out the orb. I looked like a couple of players had him there, but I beg your pardon, it's going to be Fallen who's got utility instead of armor.
Yeah, that was a choice he's chosen to make, but let's see where that utility gets used. At the moment, Fallen is not positioned towards this B side of the map, which is typically where you see a lot of that stuff thrown out. He's there now arriving on the scene. And a stack nade will give some information to Fnatic. With one in response, not finding anything either. So this time, much less impact from the utility. Smoke will be pulled out nice and early on in the piece.
All quiet for now, but you never know. Players like KNG with this Desert Eagle, They can cause absolute carnage, but the scout, that will be the one to strike first. And McKenzie had no armor there, so he goes down very quickly. Could be a couple of kills over JW. Has to tuck himself in and hope his teammates can back him up here. There's an Eagle, does significant damage towards Crims, but that's about it. A side pretty much open now as Flusher finds the third kill. We have got Taco towards the pit position. Molotov coming through though will flush him out, and there's Brolan. Mac-10 once again on the move, and Ferb giving up his final position here as he fires up some shots through the smoke. Clean round.
Yeah, lovely work. And another A finish this time from Fnatic.
That was the force buy as well, Alex. Not one kill found. That's going to be disheartening going forward.
That's going to, yeah, it's also going to help Fnatic as they can go for this bonus, essentially, and there's no stress. They've got scouts, Mac-10s. Couldn't think of a better set of weapons for what's going to be the eco from the CTs.
Yeah, full eco here. USPs, maybe a P250 or two at the very top end. You can't really justify any expenditure here, and we'll see whether that will be true. We're going to get into the next round. Is this a timeout? I don't think so. We're good to go. There it is, a couple of P250s. Lucas and KNG investing, and KNG's got more than enough cash for an orb next round if he wants it. Scout for JW, not really the ideal weapon for a first gun round, but we'll see whether he can make it impactful for this.
With Flusher and Brolan against a guaranteed eco with Mac-10s, it's likely they're going to be the scouts, or a whole lot more than just a scout. He's the berserker. You send him in first, battered, wounded, but still takes 2 before finally found by Fur. Alliteration. What a satisfying part of the English language. I love me some alliteration.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
And an onomatopoeia. You sucker for an onomatopoeia?
I do like the whoosh. Is my favorite.
That's your favorite one?
Yeah, I think so.
I kind of like the basics of boom.
Boom's good.
Because it really is an explosion in your mouth.
Sure.
I mean, is in like the, like an explosion, like a kind of, sounds kind of like an explosion.
Yeah. Anyway.
Taco is going to be doing his very best here. Yet to find a frag. Does gobble up that flashbang, but still just going to be a formality, hoping he can catch someone unawares, just leaping into their jaws, and yeah, it is reaching its conclusion. So the first 3 go the way of Fnatic. It's time to see what MIBR can do with some cash in their hands. Like you're going to be seeing that AWP as you highlighted from KNG. He can pick that one up. I'm intrigued to know what he's going to be doing with it.
Well, logic dictates it'll be something quite aggressive and quite flashy. We'll see if that rings true, as JW will hold on to his scout here. And the Mac-10s have gone for now, and that's absolutely fine. They've farmed enough cash for those weapons to justify getting these rifles out, that's for sure. And we'll see the first gun round underway. If you're just joining us, this is an elimination game, the final best of 3 of the day. MIBR not in a good position now, already a map down, and 3-0 on their CT side against them. HG's being thrown in the bedroom window, does pretty significant damage. See now if JW can recover. Holding towards Banana right now. Bombs down towards T-steps. Oh, I like that. Get up there silently. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a smooth little additional piece of teamwork. KNG aggressively AWPing in apps, but Taco going down. Now that might force KNG to take a more passive stance, and a fight continuing towards B. Fur and Fallen holding the line successfully. Big frag onto Brolan as well, shutting him down. I got that wrong. Golden, excuse me. Their names look similar to my terrible eyesight. And now the flash is coming in. Oh, Lucas completely caught out, and now they level the odds once again, and still with a minute on the clock.
Yeah, absolutely. That's such a massive frag as well. Lucas caught out, didn't see the flash coming. He ate it in the end, and that's going to be 2 kills towards the apartments here. So, presumably just 1 player towards A, but there is a rotation. Player towards Library. That's going to be Fallen. M4 in hand right now. It's going to be KNG. Patrolling the perimeter of the AWP. 2 players towards the B bomb side. Brolan's trying to suggest this will be an A finish. We can see the bomb towards Banana right now. So can he produce a convincing fake here? 25 seconds, it might be enough.
2 of them.
Oh, this is looking very good. Fur's actually going to push through.
This would be a gift.
Oh dear.
He's in the smoke. Surely Flash is going to work that out. He just jumped against him. Yeah, he's solving it. Can't quite find the final bullet. Fur down to 3. Is he really going to go for the plant? This seems a little audacious. Fur going for it, and Flusher just forced to hold the plant. What a strange turn of events. Time was not on the Swedes' side. They met in the smoke. And if he finds 1 more bullet, that bomb goes down. He's got a 1v2.
Yeah, they had a little cuddle in the smoke. You can see Flusher, he couldn't stay around for much longer than he did, because sure, he knew he was there, but what, 9 seconds on the clock when he got to the side, had to drop the smoke smoke, and maybe planting inside the smoke would have been the better port of call there, but obviously it was down to the minutiae at that point. He was trying to get the bomb planted. Would have been something, as the money is starting to be whittled away now. JW with the orb this time instead of the scouts. First round of the board from MIBR, but it costs them quite a lot of cash. We'll see whether they can get control of Banana here as the grenades go down. No real damage inflicted. Golden tucks himself in the corner to avoid certain damage there. Molotov at the top to find some space as well. So not too aggressive on the CT side. Flashbang over the corner. Fallen having to use the rifle in this setup in Inferno. Strange to see so many years of him sniping on the CT side of Inferno.
Yeah. And he said in interviews, you know, if I become an issue without being in that primary AWP, then it's something that we're constantly keeping an eye on. It's interesting that he's, you know, self-aware that that is a risk. Great shot from KNG, justifying the AWP in his palms, that's for sure. Backing away, and another one. Crims added to his tally.
All right then, KNG, justifying absolutely everything there. 2 show-stopping shots to the head. Lovely stuff. Well, 5 on 3 as quick as that. 45 seconds on the clock. UMP for flush out. Really not looking good for Fnatic at this point. Remember, their money's low as well. I feel like they're just going to have to limp in towards B. They don't even have 2 smokes here. They're just going to smoke spawn. Molotov coffins maybe, but flush out. He's had to commit through this one, but the rifle from spawn will take him down. They might be able to full control this situation. I say that, and will be KNG now. He's got the AWP towards coffins. Molotov actually goes past his position. He's got a guaranteed frag. Not quite, Alex. He might have thrown the round there.
Oh no. This was looking like a complete lock-in, and another frag for Brollan after all of KNG's hard work. And Brollan just completely rips the round away from the Brazilians. 4 now to 1. An absurd performance coming in from Fnatic. They were shaken. Like, look how this round started. 1, getting a swift second. We don't even have to jump cut because it's that quick. He gets a 3 versus 5 situation for his team, and let's see how it gets taken from them.
Well, that was the moment just there. KNG could have just waited for his teammates to arrive. There's 15 seconds there. They had to commit towards B. Like, amazing result here from Brolan. Like, that's just world class. Like, you can't argue with that at all. He has been sensational these last 2 maps, but still, definitely an argument to be made that, yeah, you're feeling yourself. You've got 2 really sick shots to open up the round, but let's look at the bigger picture here. How can we guarantee success, not lose the AWP, wait for your teammates to rotate in?
Okay, so you just expect him to play more passive and
once he missed that initial shot, like that was just a straight up miss, that's fine, it happens, but then just tuck yourself in ruins. Let them have the bomb site and just guarantee victory by applying pressure together at all facets of the bomb site instead of going in by himself again, and at that point giving up not necessarily the round, but certainly making things a lot more problematic.
And enabling Brollan to pull off a ridiculous 3K. So that puts a 4th on the board for Fnatic, and you can see how that has shattered MIBR. Not only did they lose that round, but the one following it as well. The impact of Brollan's 3K echoing into round 6. Suppressing fire and some aggression in apps from Taco. Unfortunately, Crim's ready and waiting for that, so no worries, no sweat, and even the wallbang actually catching KNG just a little bit. You can see Brollan just darting back and forth, wants to catch both sides of the wall hug. And Crim's, ooh, he's ready and willing, despite pulling that utility out, he commits to it. And sends KNG packing. In fact, so does Fallen. Perhaps they're going to go for a bit of a gamble stack here. That's exactly what they're going to do. Just gambling onto the B site.
Yeah. Well, the bomb's not going in with Fnatic yet, so even if they lose both players, they'll be able to work this out pretty quickly. Nice work from Lucas, but at this point, Flusher just wants to watch that rifle, use it as bait almost. Trying to work out the numbers on this side of the map and just deny them picking up the AK. You can see Lucas wants it, and that's exactly what Flusher wanted. Walks into the trap.
Yeah, that was perfect. Well executed by Flusher. They can leave him to complete to his own devices. There is, however, Fallen's present on A. Has been relieved now, and the round reaches its conclusion. Thanks to Flusher pocketing himself a fair share of cash. I think that was 3 in total. $1,800 injected into his bank account. And another round on the board for this T side. We get that double AWP. It's time to see Fallen back on the big green.
He has to deliver at this point. Looking down the barrel of elimination in the group stages of the tournament here, the double AWP to save the day. He was doing some sick things earlier today with the AWP. On Vertigo especially, like the rounds I did tune into, like he looked like he was really nailing it. But need him to step up right here, right now. KNG towards middle. A little bit blocked by his teammate there, but overall, they will retreat. Golden, certainly not. He's going to be going for this one.
Damn, just like that, you've got all of that control. 95 seconds on the clock, and you've denied all mid-vision from the CTs. It's brave, it's brazen, leaping through with just a smoke on the CT arch, but that's given them a lot of ground to play with, and actually it does seem like it's going to be a flash out of the apps. Now this did not work for the Ninjas. Let's see if it works for the other Swedes. The flash out, and the burst out of apartments. Back to turn to Taco. He does manage to do enough damage, keep the attention on him. KNG can strike from sight, and he's not done there. A second now, looking for a third. He's got no issues. Flush up eliminated, and KNG, the king, does look to defend his crown. That was quick kills.
Really nice from KNG there. Very calm, well held, precise with the shots as well. Didn't overcommit. Strong angles. Like, that's a really good round from him. Just what they needed as well. They've managed to keep 4 players alive, maintain that double orb setup. It was a decent approach there from Fnatic, just trying to keep it quite a fast-paced game, go for that mid-control nice and early, but MIBR were happy to give that up. They had a strong crossfire setup with the AWP, only using 1 frag in that instance, and at this point the round is in the bag. JW might just be better off saving the orb. He's only got 3k right now. They won't get a ton of loss bonus. They get $1,400 on top of what he has right now. Ooh. If he dies after the time, however, he'll get nothing at all. So I feel like he's done for regardless, considering the position of Fur. Does he look to the left? Or if he throws that smoke, he will. He's done.
Yeah, that's
knife as well. Doesn't even go for that.
Doesn't even go for the extra $1,500. That might even be for one of the few instances where you could be critical of a player not going for a knife.
Especially Fur as well. That says a lot about his temperament right now. Normally he'd be the sort of player going for a knife kill all day long, especially when JW is available to you as well. You want to give it to him, don't you? Like, that's the one player who always goes to the knives.
It's true. It would have felt extra special and something Fur typically would go for, but I like the stance you've taken there, that is indicative of the MIBR mindset.
We've always said historically that he's way too aggressive on Inferno. Like, there's been some monumental rounds where he's been too aggressive towards that position.
Halfway down banana at the start,
so I feel like they've tried to reel him in a little bit and just calm him down, just so they can play a bit more like a unit instead of relying on individual stars pushing around the map. Which definitely is the right approach with the way the game's played these days.
And he has been, you know, despite the pits that MIBR have slipped to at times, he's always been a consistent fragging presence.
Absolutely.
Reeling him in, it makes sense, but it makes more sense when there's a coordinated team around him. Now nades flying in and doing great damage. Lucas chunked down to 54 off that one. And Fallen, he wants to procedurally clear this. It would be Flusher just tucked in on that corner.
If he clicks the scope at all, Flusher will hear it and swing, let me tell you that. He needs to be very careful holding that position with an SMG around the corner as well. Does he dare go any further than he currently is? Bomb down at T-steps, but mid-control towards Fnatic. Smoked off for now. Still a 5-on-5.
There's a new lineup tutorial from Brolin to get that library smoke out. And as the smoke clears, well, Fallen, impatience prevails on the B lurk. And now presence straight towards Fur on this arch. He does manage to catch the first. That was the bomb. They get a whole lot of info, but the fragging is favoring Fnatic. They managed to level things out. There is a gap in that smoke, but still into the site they go. Crims gets the line, gets the tag, and now looks to get that bomb down. With that information he's managed to convey to his teammate. A fantastic shot from KNG. JW to trade puts us into a 2v2.
One they will likely go for as well, but it's the orb on the retake. Far from ideal. Posturing now outside the bomb side. The smoke is deployed. Flashbang as well. Crims manages to avoid it. Nail the first shot. Now surely no chance for Fallen here. He has got no kit, no utility. Needs to find an opening quickly. Fires off a shot, and now Crims knows all he has to do is hide. Fallen, his option is to fall back, afraid. And at this point, it's going to be 6-2. Another round for Fnatic. And in terms of the cash, we'll bring that up now. You can see it's not looking too good there on the CT side. They're going to get not much in terms of loss bonus either. So that's going to be $1,900, I believe, going to their accounts next round. $2,400. So in terms of the overall buy, there'll be one there, but it's going to be compromised, that's for sure. But the orb saved, and one will certainly go for it. JW shutting down KNG, who is hitting some remarkable shots right now, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, I think had KNG not been hunted down by JW, that would have been a much more awkward fight. But by being so aggressively positioned, he could get the trade instantly. after a great shot from KNG. He gave them a chance even to make that a 2v2.
So 1 pistol, 2 orbs, 2 M4s, and they know they need early frags here. KNG not missing much right now, so be happy to challenge towards that underpass. Golden, we welcomed by flames there at that point. Oh, the Molotov not quite deep enough for the sandbags, but the HE should do significant damage, but there's Fur somehow avoiding death in the corner there, but Flusher, of course, SMG in hand, making it work, taking quite a lot of damage for it, but brings it back to a 4-4.
I'm surprised Fur still got 80 health, and he's actually got himself in front of the half wall, trying to catch Flusher by surprise. Now will tuck himself in. Aggressive damage. He's half Fallen's health with that. Blind through the smoke and jumping for info is Fur. Another frag for Flusher.
Half-wall frag with the AWP, though. What is going on in this series?
This is some Counter-Strike, Henry.
Yeah, this is strange, to say the very least. But Taco taking matters into his own hands. We're pushing the apartments here. Back and forth we go, but a 3-on-2 advantage. But bear in mind, they have AWPs on 2 of those players. KNG looks like he's nailed this shot, but JW beats him to the punch. There's Taco with the lurk. It comes down to the 1 versus 1 now. They know exactly where each other are. And Fallen, he's got the AWP in hand. Crims, not known to be an AWP, will pick it up himself. And 40 seconds remain. The mind games begin. Oh, Fallen's just out of there.
Interesting. Well, with the bomb going down, now Fallen will speed back up. He was considering the possibility of Crims just knife out running to B and wanted to be in a position where he could adjust for that possibility, but now...
Crims has just tucked himself on the side. I thought he was just going to hide in the corner with an exposed plant and just suggest he's in library or something. That would be such a god-tier play. Where is he positioned right now?
He's just on the sight boxes.
He doesn't consider Arch to be a possibility.
Oh, wow. Fallen's just gamed him. No worries. Taps away at the head. A second frag for Fallen. An important 3rd round for MIBR. Crims had a bit of a misread there.
I'm surprised. You know he's bottom of middle, and you've gone for a really sick plant. Like, you could just go library and play that pretty standardly. Just watch the bomb from library, at least challenge for a 1 versus 1. He seemed to just be... So I'm not sure he got a sound cue or there's a bit of utility thrown. We didn't see it from Fallen's POV, but he just focuses towards quad. Even after smoking it as well, he just feels like Arches wasn't a possibility.
You see it on Crim's face. I think he's feeling similar feelings to you in terms of misread.
Yeah, it's definitely a misread, which is fine. It's not like he did anything wrong per se. It's just like it was interesting that he didn't use that time he had available to him, knowing he's bottom middle and it's 4 to him for an AWP as well. You could go for any plant and any post-plant situation there and just give yourself at least a fighting chance of him having to defuse the bomb.
See what's happening to start things off. A real sprint towards B, and it's been met with nothing but flame and lead. Just brawling. In the blink of an eye, to do it all. Won't be able to find a single frag. Good damage to KNG, but unable to convert. And so MIBR, they managed to string together 2, and at a crucial moment, a crucial juncture of this second map. Let's not forget that, of course, this is an elimination game. Loser of this is out. Winner off to the semi-finals. So it all hangs in the balance on a map that typically has not gone well for MIBR against the Tier 1 opposition here in 2019.
Yeah, very good point. But finally, the money has got to a position where they'll be feeling the heat somewhat. MIBR have a chance to build up a reservoir of cash themselves up against the PD-50s, Glocks, and Deagles here. Incendiary thrown towards the bottom and middle. Still 3 smokes and flashbangs available here for Fnatic. Taco launches an HE over towards the bedroom position. No one there to receive. But there's always a chance of Fnatic. Give them an inch, I'll take a mile. They can get that opening Deagle shot. They will swarm on top of that advantage.
Looking to find that advantage at the moment towards A. Avoids the nade, that's nice. Silver lining at the moment for this round for Fnatic. And I see 3 smokes, 2 flashes. That's some degree of an A execute if they wanted to do it.
Yeah, they can smoke library, arch, the pip. We'll see which way they're inclined. I assume flashbangs out of the apartments here, like we see many times today with a few players behind it. There's a smoke towards arch. Give them a bit of space towards middle. Incendiary thrown, gives up first position. JW does with the Glock, trying to sneak through. Never going to work out really, but worth a go. And nice work from KNG there. It's going to be quite the clean round here from MIBR. Not a single player given away. 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Fnatic get nowhere near the bomb site. As we'll see, 6-5 coming through. Starting to look a bit more convincing now on the CT side as they managed to get, I think, 4 rounds out of the last 5. So looking much better, generally speaking. But still a lot of work to do here. Ideally, you need to be winning this half if you're MIBR right now, because their results this year on Inferno have not been great.
Yeah, I mean, the last 3 months even, you can see that they've played it 14 times and a 50% win rate. It's slap bang in the middle of their map pool.
Yeah, And whenever I cast their best of ones, like that's the map they're always seem to be playing. I just don't know how it seems to be their go-to, considering it's such a streaky map for them.
Been trying to, you know, refine it. They actually sent both Orbs B there. Interesting.
Well, I guess they are, because they brought Vertigo into that map pool, for example. So they're trying to increase things and make that a bit more viable, but yeah, they can't land on Inferno every best of one they play. Need to work that one out. Either way, I digress. We'll get into round 12 here. Is that 2 Orbs towards B? So 3 in total, 2 Orb players. Like, everything can work in CS technically. Don't see this too often, though.
It looks so peculiar to see 2 Orbs and one going aggressive now. Gets the shot, KNG. A tiny slither of Flusher and a very quick flick does enable him to find a first blood, and a big one at that. Now, the bomb and the majority of Fnatic will be leaning towards A. Look at Crim's position. He's so... Look at this.
I have no idea.
What? And Taco in pit now. He's not going to be ready for this. Crim's on the balcony. Smoothest of moves. He's only going to get one, but keeps Taco exposed enough for Brolin to punish. Golden's still lurking around B. And JW just catching KNG, walking straight into the crosshair.
They've gone back to B as well. They've caused all the rotations. They've got Golden in CT spawn, I beg your pardon, and now rotating back towards the B bomb site. They're just pulling them all over the map at this point. Golden can just wait underneath his atrium and be absolutely fine. That should be round done, because he'll hear all the footsteps of rotating players. You're never going to check this, not in a million years. And he'll be falling to go down, and that guarantees the round here. It was a bit desperate from him, hoping he could get towards B. Maybe there's no smoke down. He can maybe find one kill, but was never going to happen for them. And recovering the AK is Fur. They've still got money to buy in the next round. They could even bring out a double Orb setup if they want to, but that's Fnatic doing a great job to bring that round back in their favor, especially Golden, waiting for those rotations, getting in CT spawn and calling for them to fall back, and somehow Crims waiting on the hay bales there for a good 10 seconds or so, and they had no idea.
It just looked so ridiculous. I love the camera angle we managed to show you, just the context of the 2 CTs so close to Crims, and yet despite such a... What's the word? Oh, this happens to me probably once a day. Just lose the word. It's like just my vocabulary has lost it. What am I trying to describe here? It's not an ordinary, it's...
Abnormal?
Thank you so
much. Is that the one?
There it is. An
okay.
abnormal position.
Okay.
Thank you. Just didn't exist in my brain. Abnormal was not part of it.
Sometimes.
Yeah. There's a lovely finish as well. JW just really ensuring the round was theirs. But Golden pulling the strings, and by leading by example, being in the CT spawn.
You and I discussed this a lot at the Berlin Major, right? Why in-game leaders are normally the ones to be on the other side of the map, the extremities, kind of feeling things out, because they'd want to be the ones getting that information and working out how reliable that call is, whether everyone should fall back, and you see that works out perfectly there. No input lag on the call, everyone just falls back, and now another challenge towards B. Looks like a shot for JW will land, though, on 3 points of health. He brings it back to a 4-on-4, and he's getting the hell out of there, knowing he's vulnerable to grenades. He's done enough. He's kept them in the round, but KNG has looked deadly so far. Sitting there with 14 kills, rattles off a shot while blind. Got Taco in tow, but mid-control granted now towards the Swedes.
Oh my goodness, another dink. JW and Brolin now with less than 10 health between them. It's going to be Flusher given the job for now for sticking around at the top of B, maintaining that banana control that's so often vied for. And whilst the numbers are level, the numbers for health significantly favouring that of MIBR. High flash will force Fur to drop off, and now Lucas is gone. Flusher, however, joining the low health club, does soften him up nicely. Crims, he has to do it all, and now they're low. Brolin and JW, they've got absolutely nothing to work with, and Fur gracefully handles the B assault.
There it is. Low HP players get toppled by Fur, just spraying into them. Didn't need to be too precise in that encounter, and it'll be JW now saving the AWP. Money has been drained as well, so he'll have to save it. He's been on 3 points of health since the start of the round. That was from the initial interaction towards the B side of the map. Face towards middle. KNG, like I said, hasn't missed many shots today. He's looking very good. Problem is he will drop off on the T side somewhat, considering Inferno and the way it plays out, but he's doing a great piece of work there in this particular round. This is all the grenades being exchanged here. You can see how much damage is inflicted.
And then JW's health, was he caught? Was it a wallbang from Fallen, I believe? I think it might have been. But this is what that was the main test. Crims. He had the full health. Had he been able to stay healthy on the first frag into B, potentially a very different story. But enough of the ifs, buts, and maybes. It's time for another round of play. Round 14 on our second map. And the nades this time going straight down the throat of everyone. If you've got an F in your name, you're catching a nade in the game. Fallen, Fur, and Flusher all chunked down.
At this point, this is the full eco as well, so looking to get the bomb down if possible. They've only got Glocks and PT-50s. There is a deagle for Golden. I can't see a world where they make this one work, especially after using all their utility at the start, but we'll see what can be done. Bombs down there towards T-spawn. Crims will cover it, and at this point, plenty of time. It's actually, there's a good argument to be made that you could bleed out the utility to CT sides, but in round 14, it doesn't really matter too much. But I guess with their money around the $1,000 mark, you managed to remove a few players. It could have a knock-on effect of maybe missing a couple of flashes into the next round, but still, I feel like they're just going to be posturing up towards B. No flash to go over, just try and bait out the smokes, the incendiaries, go in together, hopefully overwhelm an AWPer.
Objective outlined. Now it's time to execute. Fallen. Instantly checking, and a nice quick adjustment onto Brollan. They will, however, try and close that gap as fast as they can. The support, however, is there in the form of Fur. A gap under that smoke for them to play around. And this is just an absolute massacre. Can't do anything with it. No utility and no hope. Just JW lying in wait in that smoke grenade, hoping perhaps to catch an exposed head. But it's KNG. No worries. A second frag from him, and now a pretty respectable 7-7 split.
Yes, they're doing a great job of coming back online here after losing the pistol. It wasn't looking too good from MIBR, but they've put in a solid shift here. KNG especially has looked fantastic after having some difficult moments on Vertigo. Double up set up for KNG and Fallen once again. Fallen on 11 frags, KNG 17. Lucas, haven't seen much from him. 2 and 10. 4 for Taco. But the whole team's working well right now. AK in the hands of Fur, and looks to be another push from KNG. He might be investigating towards second mid here. Indeed he is. Flashbang comes through, and the headshot from Brollan, of course, delivered right towards the skull of KNG.
Oh, and he's not done there. He continues his spree. All of the second middle presence has been completely nullified, courtesy of Brollan. So the bomb will start to coordinate its way towards A. And Crim's so bravely just capable of clearing out. Knows, operating with the assumption that it is completely clear. He's absolutely bang on. So access to the site given to Fnatic, and it will be a 3v3. But this retake, very doable. The CTs are still already on the periphery. One late rotate on its way. It's Fur joining the party. Another smoke arriving. They might have to go through this one. There's nothing else they can do. Oh, Crims! Just as the smoke plumed, Fallen had already lined up the shot, and now a way in.
Here we go. Flashbang through. This could be a magnificent play. Runs out of bullets, so Brawler had 2 on a plate. Not enough bullets in the magazine, I'm afraid. And now things are getting all sorts of crazy. How has he pulled it off towards the end? I couldn't tell you.
4.
This kid is a god.
He gets 4 in that round. Total for the half at 14. Fantastic stuff from Brollan to secure the 8th and give Fnatic the lead at the end of that half. Inferno continues when we get back from our break. Don't go anywhere.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. ECS Season 8 Finals continuing. Machine and Henry, the voices in your ears, and Fnatic and MIBR, the teams in the server.
I hope you're having a happy Black Friday and you've got your useless discounts on electronic goods you don't need. It's a happy day for everyone. Alex, what did you buy today?
Congratulations, everyone. I bought, of course, a new automatic timed smartphone app-driven hot pot.
Well, I was going to say, the rice cooker is normally the big one everyone gets.
Of course.
I've actually bought a rice cooker on Black Friday before.
Did you really?
Never used it.
Didn't cook a single batch of rice?
Nope.
Loser.
Just order rice instead. I was like, you know what? This actually makes a lot more sense to me.
You could have spent that $400 on so many rice orders.
Well, here we go then. JWP 2000 in hand. Fnatic looking to close things out 2-0, but they've got a bit of a problem here. It's Fer to get a nice headshot towards the pit. That's Brodan being removed, and JW hasn't really got the ideal weapon to find a close-range duel.
Yeah, they just charge straight up middle, and it's working well. Sometimes the simplest is the best. And with Crims and Golden now just walking straight into the crosshairs, this one has just gone so perfectly for MIBR. Every perspective, one click of the mouse, and another member of Fnatic dispatched of. Flusher and Golden not going to be able to do anything about this one, just hoping perhaps they can contain some of the T's here. Instead, choosing to keep hold of what they've got. Okay, Golden does manage to punish a little bit, and that aggression does really get punished. A double kill before they silence him.
It's better than nothing, right?
Yeah.
You have Flusher saving his armor, and they've managed to get 3 kills at $300 apiece. That round was very convincing from MIBR, like you said. Straight down the mouth of the middle position, straight towards the A site, managing to get the initial headshot. That was Fer with a lovely shot towards Brodan, and at that point, that's when the snowball avalanche effect really comes into play. As soon as they get the opening pick, they ain't slowing down for anyone. They're going to keep going, and you can see this now personified. You can see Fer doesn't even let go of the W key. He just keeps going. Taco duking it out with JW, comes out on top there. It's a classic matchup, JW versus Taco.
It really is.
On the server,
true.
social media, everything.
Wherever it may be,
Yeah.
the two of them butt heads, lock horns. And we can see the odds there brought to you by one of our sponsors, Pinnacle. JW back on his second round scout. I'm glad we're seeing a little more scouting than we used to at the start of the year. I think you can do some of the most stylish Counter-Strike things with that scout. Low percentage plays, sure, but
You're a big fan. You use the scout as a main, right?
yeah, no. In my like fantasy,
Okay.
I'm like a scout main and I'm insane. But reality is very different, unfortunately.
It's difficult. Back in the day, I used to love that weapon, but now it's just like, this is just a waste of money. This is not going to do much for me.
But I mean, you see what it's so capable of. Those dust 2 double doors back and forth. There's a good tag already from JW. You can just reposition now, just keep dynamically chipping away for his teammates Deagles. At least that's the plan. Doesn't like there's a gap in that smoke, to my eye.
Well, all that scout is designed to do is get the tags and enable the CZs and Deagles to have softer targets. So far, so good, but only 1 tag found. But time being whittled away. They still have incendiaries and smokes on the CT side here. Will this be a factor? Time will tell. Brodan trying to use the T-smoke to his advantage, and it's actually worked out quite nicely. Gets himself the first frag. That flashbang's going to be chaotic. He goes through now, and this is fantastic for Brodan. He can't deny it!
No, he didn't get the kill. KNG turns around and just laughs at him. A good tag from JW. Another one. Fallen and KNG have both fallen foul to that, but they're just going to get the hell out of there.
Oh, that was everything.
I loved it.
Such a brilliant play as well, but the CZ didn't deliver. If he denies that plant, all of a sudden, all the CTs were there, ready in position to swarm on the bomb site with all the chaos was ensuing. That was everything. That 1 kill on the bomb. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Fallen goes down. KNG, he's going to get traded when he finds Brawler, and because of the position. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to see just how close that could have been. But instead, it's a lovely outcome for MIBR now, keeping hold of all of their weapons. 3 rifles coming into the next. But at least Fnatic do get an opportunity to bring another taste of this pistol armor. Let's see that again from Bron's perspective, because look at his route he takes with this flashbang. He maneuvers as far right as he possibly can, and then tap, tap, tap.
Just went over the top of it in the first few bullets, didn't it? It's a difficult gun to tame.
Yeah, every time I complain about it, someone just messages me on Twitter, says, just use it like the AK. That's how you have to use it.
What complaints do you have about it?
I watch Flusher play, and then I change it from I go, all right, get rid of the 5.7, and I can do this.
Ooh,
drive-by. Beautiful, yeah. Good chunk of damage done to Lucas to start things off. But in the right hands, the CZ75 is a very potent weapon, especially for the price tag. And Flusher, he is the very best to get your head around just how good the pistol can look.
Good nade as well. Doesn't do as much as I thought, but does tickle KNG down to 78. Golden trying to bait his teammate in there towards the sandbag. It's going to be Flusher. Oh, great shot there. Desert Eagle delivering on all fronts, and the CZ is lying in wait.
He's so... Look at him chomping at the bit.
He wants to get stuck in, doesn't he? He's like, come on, let me at him, let me at him.
Yeah. Golden keeping the leash tight for now with his B partner. Another tag from JW. His bullets have been connecting with this scout.
Good smoke. That's going to funnel him towards quad. They don't have to worry about that, or even the B bomb site. Rotation from Flusher, but he's got time to transition back towards the site. They've dropped a pretty shallow smoke. I would like that to be a couple of meters deeper, but still it's fine. Just holds them out, and they are pretty committed now because they have no vision anywhere else in the map. They've got about 10 seconds now before the flanks will start coming in towards middle, so they need to execute and get in there, and Lucas and Fur are low.
Crims has already managed to rotate over. JW doing a whole lot of good information work with the scout, but Lucas opens up onto Golden. No more fragging for him. Flusher will have a fresh clip in the pistol. Can't stop that plant, can't contest it. Brolland already tagged up as well. It just looks like they might just have to hope to do some economical damage here. The round win fading away. Lucas again onto Brolland. And these bullets are just connecting through the smoke. It's a wonderful luxury. 3 frags for Lucas here. Likely to find the 4th as Flusher's just on the edge of the smoke. Will be able to dart across towards CT spawn and keep that Kevlar and helmet for the next. Or will he? Hang on. Great. The observer making me eat my words there as I wasn't clearly cognizant of Fur.
Well, there it is. What looked to be a round that could fall apart. It seems that MIBR stick the landing, managed to make their way in towards B, and Lucas finding the majority of the frags. He's at 31 HP pretty much from the start of this round. Still manages to make it work, no problem at all. Money's starting to stabilize now on the CT side. M4s will come out. Could be the AWP as well, we'll see. Here's the one shot from Golden. Remarkable work, and Lucas, like I said, 31 points of help at this point. That was his first, and then managed to find 2 more afterwards as well. Really great stuff from him. Through the smoke, headshot of course. And we go 10-8, double digits first with the Brazilians here. Khalil out for Fallen. No orbs to be seen.
Let's see what Fnatic then have got up their sleeve on the buy. Early exchange of utility. And some late nades, perhaps even to logs. Just down towards Banana. The timing of them looked perfect, and that one lands at the toes of KNG. He'll be working with 21 points of health for the rest of his contribution to this round. Double stack on sandbags. This is interesting. Trying to keep them guessing. Flusher tucks in, as is Golden, and now they both can arrive at the feed, and they do. B is held. The dynamic duo has got a solid answer to this pressure earlier from Banana.
And it's fine to give it that bomb as well. You have a 4-2 lead here. You don't necessarily have the resources to justify holding that position. Let them take the bomb. That's not a massive deal. And just go back to what you usually do, holding 2 players on either side of the map. We have got Fur, I believe, who's going to be working towards quad. At this stage, this is a very important duel. If he manages to get a kill and pull a rotation over, that could be a lot. But the bomb's still towards that Banana position. 45 seconds remaining. They have 1 smoke and a single flashbang. And I assume Fur tries to get towards CT spawn. And that's wide open right now. So they need to be aware of that fact, as Taka will have to wait patiently until Fur confirms that Arch is clear.
35 seconds, just the 2 of them talking this one through.
Ideally, he needs to be smoking towards A if you're Fur right now. Even if you take some vision away and suggest that they might finish up at that side of the map, he'll hold on to his utility for now. Taco has a smoke as well. So what's the big play here? There is a chance they win this. We can see Golden, he's watching CT spawn, so they're aware of the prospect of it. 15 seconds, need to get their skates on. Fur will have to show himself any second now. I think Golden, his movement suggests he did see him.
Yeah, just tucking in, knowing that the time will do a lot of the dirty work for them. And Taco, that's the bomb gone, that's the round lost. Fur can't do anything, simply just trying to get away, not die. Smoke in order to slow them down, and realizes that the fight will be coming from so many different directions. He really does not want to be losing that AK-47. So he'll be bringing it into the next, be able to throw it over to KNG, who's a little worse for wear after his Zorping investments. Let's see how they start this one off. This is how the round was won, those 3 frags from Flusher and Golden.
Yeah, really nice setup there. Golden waiting for him to vault on top of the sandbags, and he delivers on all fronts with the M4A4. Is going to bring the scoreline a little bit closer now to 10-9. M4's across the board once again. Krieg's been brought out on the T side, and we've got a full array of utility. Everyone apart from Crims, pretty much, as we get into round number 20 now. Could be the final map of the evening. Boosted up the atrium, that's going to be Crims. And he'll look into the wall just so he can dodge flashes. I have a teammate directly beneath him. He'll be the one challenging and trying to take the attention, and then if a flashbang comes in, that's when they can actually swing out, and that's when Crims will turn around. Lucas with the first kill. Through the smoke, I believe.
He's been doing a lot of that. 6 frags to his name. I think over 80% of them were smoke frags. As another one comes in. He got 2 before. So the Fallen's taking the bomb towards second middle, which is indicative and suggests a bit of an apps play. That's what Brollan will be responsible for in this crossfire. Look at the setup. I'm a sucker for this one just because of the aesthetics of it all, as well as, of course, its effectiveness. 3 towards apps. Brollan's actually not in the perfect position to deal with that.
No, he's not. And Lucas will be the one delivering the flash over momentarily. As soon as he does, all of them will just rush out the apartments. It's actually looking very good. So I'll focus towards the pit, and exactly that. Brolan's not in that position, so he'll know they're there, but it's really an awkward angle. But the bomb goes down first. Crim's now battling. 2 for Nail. He's surrounded. He won't be getting much more than 1. Brolan, he'll find a second kill, but it's a 3 versus 1 now. And Golden on the other side of the map, rotating in from CT spawn. Pretty much no chance of winning this one. MIBR in a great position now financially.
Yeah, Lucas, some huge impact in this second half, albeit quiet in the first, but another huge. Not only does he get the first frag, it looks like he's single-handedly won them this round through all 3 frags going his way. KNG with the cherry on top. Just looking to exit as well. That was a funky exchange, actually. When you review not only the CT setup, but also the fact that they had 3 players down in the pit without any bullets fired.
Exactly.
You don't get many of them in Inferno.
No, they were wondering what the hell's going on at this point. How have we got here? But you could see as soon as Brollan realized in the pit, he knew they were down for. Like, Crims can get 1 kill there, sure, but they were coming in from middle and the pit position. They just weren't set up for it at all. It's always a gamble when you have that sort of setup, especially when the money's in this sort of position, but it's just unfortunate that's the approach they took. You normally see these sort of rounds, you've got like Deagles and CZ. You won't see many of those rounds with AKs and Kriegs, but they certainly made it work. Lucas certainly did. This was great play from him towards middle. Go 11 to 9. So it should be the eco, right? I think Golden saved the M4, but that's about all they can really muster up. A few upgraded pistols. Crims gets some Kevlar to go with his Desert Eagle. These are the sort of rounds, though, that Fnatic do normally win. They'll have one aggressive play from this rifle. And it's going to be Golden this time, presumably firing off shots towards T-steps, but he's got control of the logs.
They throw a close half-wall smoke and a deep banana smoke at the same time. It just kind of creates this little tube of contact. If you want to be fighting, you have to be within the octagon. Yeah.
Okay, towards the arch they go. 1 player holding T-steps. Nice kill through the smoke. That's Brollan removed. And Flasher holding towards CT spawn. Not an ideal position for the T side now. You don't really want to go through there against the pistols. For lovely work, he'll go for the library instead.
Yeah, now they can just slowly, methodically take all of the control they need. Golden gets caught off by KNG's patience for that late CT arrival. Go on to Flasher in the round. Concludes. JW's death is the final one for Fnatic, and so 12 now to 9. What have MIBR got left in the tank on this T side? Because it has looked fantastic. There has been 1 blemish on their attacking record here on Inferno.
Yeah, they've really done a good job so far, but they need to keep it up. Still a long way to go to close this map out and take us to Mirage. We'll see whether they can do it. 12-9 right now. Fnatic take a tactical timeout. I would say a much-needed one. They suddenly dropped off a little bit here in the second half. As you mentioned, just 1 round picked up by virtue of the clock. Everything else has been nothing but MIBR. Explosions all over the place. Last round was pretty convincing. We'll see now if the AWP of JW is the savior of the Swedes here. 17 kills for Brollan, 14 for Flasher. KNG rocking it with Fur with 21 frags apiece there. Taco's still on 7. Lucas yet to break double digits, but overall, nothing too dramatic on either side. Coming to the end of the timeout now. What's the play from MIBR? Because Fnatic called this timeout, you know they're going to be adjusting things. Probably bring out the AWP. Do you want to go for something a little bit more of a Hail Mary sort of situation? Go for a rush here, potentially? Just mix things up completely? We will see. They've got 5 players at T-step. Suggests they might be mixing things up here, but for now, just fighting back with the grenades. Oh, it's doing a great job as well. Look at the damage inflicted.
Yeah, that's a brutal one. Flasher perhaps doesn't want to stick around. They were considering their aggressive starts again. Actually, Golden was leaping off of the sandbags to counter the aggressive T-smoke at the top of Banana. Using the sandbags to elevate himself just enough to peek over, get the information. as the smoke lands, what's the response? A Molotov from JW. We'll get at least a sound cue as the feet of Fur burn. But that Molotov was enough. And so back to the silence and back to B for MIBR.
So B execution, we talked about this in the pre-game. They almost designed how this execution should look. They're going for a straight contact play here. I like it. You've got so many players behind that. It's going to look scary to any CTs peeking on that one. They haven't got an orb on this side of the map. Golden's in trouble here. Surely can't get more than one. He's painted into a corner. This is a massive advantage for MIBR. Flusher knows it as well. He'll have to fall back and let JW take over as they try and deny the plant desperately through the stained glass windows. Not going to happen. They have got a man advantage, but I dare say MIBR win this.
It's certainly looking good. Fallen did just catch a stray bullet through the smoke as he was trying to position himself towards Banana just in the nick of time to keep the post-plant diverse for MIBR here.
Yeah, they're convinced someone's towards new boxes here. JW sneaking around with the AWP right now. Doesn't spot the player behind the fountain, and that's going to lead to his demise, almost certainly. There it is, and a double kill on the cards here. Flash will make up for it. One player towards Emo, and the Krieg not connecting. He's up to Fallen now, but still in a 3 versus 1 with the bomb in its current position. He just needed to take down the diffuser. Not going to happen. Ooh. Great effort there from Fnatic. Came right down to that last kill. Fallen knew he just had to find one. That was it. Couldn't quite get it. The human shields were set up.
Staring at the floor, just like squeaky bum time.
Indeed.
Does get the defuse and does bring home 10. So Fnatic keeping things competitive. I love the fact that Golden got 1 here.
I missed the flash. That was actually everything. It yielded a kill for Flusher as well. You saw he got the flash assist there. That one flashbang actually saved the day. Got him a kill and his teammate, enabled them to buy enough time to actually go for this retake. 3-on-1. Like I said, 1 kill would have been the difference maker there, but they did enough.
And it wasn't even the flash as well. Not only that, he also did that underhand smoke, which enabled him to cross to oranges and catch that frag.
Deny any Molotovs coming in that position. Yeah, it was really well played. Like, considering they were like pounced on, they had no idea that he's got that close to the bomb site. They handled that very well indeed.
And so with a big round secured, second for their defense, Fnatic looking to actually put together 2 CT rounds for the first time. It's our second map of this series. We do have Mirage as a third should we need it, and that is for MIBR to decide.
Yeah, it's all up in the air right now. Not clear as to which way this one's going, but for now money's still decent for MIBR. Only orb will be JW, who has been relatively quiet by his standards. 8 kills to his name. Heading towards middle for now. Bounces across towards middle, looking at the underpass. No one there for now. Flashbang towards Banana from Fallen. Not that combative towards B from the CT side. You can see Flusher and Golden actually a little bit more timid in their approach, holding on to their utility at this point. They still have their smokes, the incendiaries, flashes, and an HE for Golden. So not challenging at all. I guess they've suggested so much they have been fighting that position that they're going to just make the T's waste all their utility and they'll hold on to theirs and the commitment comes through.
Yeah. Let's see whether or not that commitment is on the cards yet. Lovely little boost. Giving some vision for Crims, but if anything, they can convey the information that not too much up towards brackets. In fact, it is a full B lean now for MIBR. They start to gather their resources quite early into this one. It's quite interesting to see them now turn tail. Someone has to be responsible for that flank. And regaining control of middle does leave Fnatic starting to piece it together. In fact, both of them off like that. The call is enough. They see the smoke starting to land. Golden with good suppressing fire will keep Lucas tagged and Taco too. They're all so low.
What's going on?
Oh my god, the flashes, the pushes. It's chaos in the server with 30 seconds left. The nade could do some significant damage. It does! Dunk onto Taco. Fallen's low. There's a molly where that came from too. But tucks himself onto the coffin. Some close quarters rifling for Fallen. And he is getting tagged and burnt, no less. Crims, his Molotov catches Fallen. I want to see that again. I don't quite understand how that happened.
Sure.
I think
the wall bang?
Well, yeah, the wall bang was enough to force Fallen to move, and he stepped onto that flame.
That's what I think happened. Well, now the retake is theirs. They've still got time available to them. They have to come for the ruins pretty quickly, though. KNG, if he gets double kill, that will be enough. There's the first. Can he get the second? It's close, but he does survive. That's important. Defuse has to come in right here, right now. And Lucas, he somehow gets the frag through the smoke, guarantees the round. It looked like it was all going to fall apart there, but he makes it happen. And there we go. It's going to going to be 13-10. Fnatic will save the AWP, but a couple of exciting rounds towards the B bomb site, Alex. That was pretty remarkable towards the end.
Lucas through the smoke. It's been the story of the second half here. He's been doing some fantastic work. Crim's nade, look at that. Phenomenal catch. And now let's watch that Molotov. Can we see Fallen's death? You can see him on coffins now. And
so
as the wallbang comes in, he steps into the flame. How rare to see.
Yeah, the wallbang doesn't really find that many kills these days. With the FACEIT alley-oop too, with the incendiary down as well. That was pretty cool, but Crim's still not happy with the result, of course. They're going to have to take an eco here, I believe. So down to just the pistols. Desert Eagles P250s and running out of opportunities now. Third map looking likely, as they'll just have one AWP and 4 eco players.
Yeah, JW has shown that AWP on A, but it's not going to deter the push, it seems. Fails Molotov. Brolin, he's just playing an active fight. And actually, oh my god,
What's happened there?
With the P250, Taco was looking at his shoes. He got brand new ones. He was kind of excited, but it's cost him his life.
I don't know why they've approached in that sort of manner.
Frag,
the bomb's being gifted to him. They had this game in the palm of their hand, Alex, and they decided to go down the tightest choke point of the map against the P250s without any sort of rhyme or reason.
Oh my goodness.
Why? Why would you do that? Not now, of all the rounds.
Brolin does, I mean, he timed it well. You know, he's dismounted the rail, started bringing the fight right up into their grill. But my goodness, Fnatic will take it.
A clean sweep.
A clean sweep. Weapons gifted to the CTs. That's 3 Kriegs, Henry. 3 SG553s in the bank. Let's see that again.
So he's not flashed. He's looking at the floor.
I told you he was checking out his shoes,
I think he was just, I guess that's a way to dodge the flash as it initially comes out, but that was very odd. I don't know why you'd go out apartments knowing that they're eco, at least this early on in the round as well. There was no real reason to do that. That was a locked-in round that was done, and now they're the ones on eco. They could have just thrown this game with that one.
Surely not. Surely this has
to
stabilize.
I hate that call.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Like, don't take anything away from Brolan. Not many players will be able to get those 2 kills.
Certainly.
But still, like, you've given an opportunity there that just weren't required.
This is an elimination game, ladies and gentlemen. I will remind you, I will reiterate that this is the difference of this game, this map at play right now, especially for MIBR, is elimination or a semi-final. I know which one I like the sound of more. And given an opportunity to really throw a knockout blow, Brolin punished a bit of a misstep. And he's continued to do that here. Now Fallen's floundered. They do have an AWP in play on KNG. Now that was enough, quote-unquote enough, despite JW not actually making too much impact with it. That was enough for the round prior. For the CTs. Now it's MIBR's turn.
Well, you won't have many opportunities like that. A full eco Fnatic, a chance to find 14-10, and instead you choose the apartments. That's where you end it all. KNG, open hand, flashbang, and now his position given away. Golden's being tagged, but it doesn't dissuade him from his position. He holds strong out the flusher. He needs to buy some time here with 25 seconds on the clock. That's a really strong grenade. Does a boatload of damage, takes third down in the process as well. He'll reposition towards second oranges, and at this point, KNG knows he has to challenge, but the flashbangs getting a little bit awkward for both teams here, and KNG decides to fall back. He knows his one's falling apart, and now, will he even hold on to the AWP? They know he's towards Banana. Oh, the pistol around the corner. I like it.
The AWP no less. Simple would be proud. KNG, he's still sticking around for a moment longer. It's going to be Brolin eventually to take the weapon away and to bring home 12. Henry Greer, what's the buy like?
They forced poor dude. Yeah, that was it. They've got nothing now. They've got $2,000 per player. They went all in on that one. And there's going to have to be 13. It's not like doomsday scenario right now. Like 13-13 is recoverable, but like considering the context of what they did have and where they could be right now, this has just fallen on its ass. I can't really describe it better than that.
So absolute full eco coming in now if for MIBR, so it's just going to be a question of Fnatic. Oh, nearly.
That was almost spicy.
That was going to be the most sexy arrival to Banana you've ever seen.
We are going to see JW now with the AWP towards top and middle. Like you said, once they know they're up against Glocks, like, everyone's got to fall back. Don't even risk giving them any sort of opportunities. Shouldn't be a plan available here. Round 26. What seemed to be a bit of a lock-in from MIBR in the last few rounds has now become a bit of a question mark. We should be tied up after this one. They can get the bomb down somehow. That'd be great. They really do need the money. So they'll send 5 players towards B. Try and bait out the utility as usual. And overwhelm the likes of Flusher and Golden.
Yeah, I mean, you'd really like it if the Molotovs were out of their hands before you started your push, that's for sure. But how on earth do you make that happen? A run boost, it seems. They're going to send Fur as a human missile across to try and draw the fire, and it's Golden who's not wavering too much, instead just distributing nice even damage, and the utility that you were hoping they'd draw away instead does find 2 frags. Flushes, nades and flames working out wonderfully. We have the equalizer then, so Fnatic taking that gift and running with it. That is their 5th round now on the CT side, and 3 back-to-back-to-back. We are ready to be getting into this one. You can see 13-13, but on the kill tally as it does come on up, 25 for Fer and 22 for KNG. There is some extreme volatility in the fragging on MIBR.
Yeah, it's a grim picture at times. Taco still in single digits. Lucas just about found 10 now. You can see the frag distribution on your screen. So here, it's going to be around $4,000 per player. Temperament of MIBR looks a little bit fragile.
Yeah,
almost.
Zeus and Fallen. I mean, an iconic combination of Counter-Strike brains. Taco, of course, returning to the MIBR roster, hope that with the hope and the description of being, you know, the final piece of the puzzle.
Look at Flush's utility damage there, 667. That is like one of the highest I've ever seen at top level. That's nuts.
667, and the desk, we're talking about his HE and his utility damage beforehand.
Spot
it's perfect, spot on. And now Crims, he wants to twist the knife. He wants to rub salt into the wound and all the other cliches and analogies. He just wants to make this one hurt. Long story short, pushing in, Golden not going to be phased off. Why is he going for another one? Flusher so ready and willing to brawl, and so is Golden. Another frag gifted to them. Fnatic are running with this round.
They don't want to give up either. They're still willing to fight at this point. Crims will drop another headshot towards the skull of Fallen. The bomb's down. Fer there with 25 kills and a 5 versus 1. He'll need 30 just to convert this round.
75 seconds on the clock. Like 30 seconds has passed, and it's 1v5. They're all full health. They're down middle. They're down banana. And this round isn't going to be a clean sweep. He makes sure of that. Fer, however, is going to be pressured in from JW, nicely positioning and nicely timed, converts, and Fnatic take the lead.
One step closer to victory here, and in terms of the cash, we're hovering around $3,000 there. A 4th save loss bonus with $2,900. Golden somehow saves the day here. Looked like Flusher maybe outstayed his welcome there with the advantages they had, but relentless in their approach. Crims especially, how he gets that kill, I'll never know. But they have to take a partial here for series point. You can win these rounds for sure, but it ain't looking good, Alex. It ain't looking good at all.
All right.
Oh, did they just force buy? Okay, just KNG at the end. He's been playing amazingly well, so fair play. He wants to take matters into his own hands, but that could mean he has a pistol next round himself. I suppose not. With the Galil changes, I guess I have to forget that fact.
It only cost him 1,800,
Counter-Strike rules don't really exist that much anymore, but anyway, back to the games, and we'll go for a quick push towards Arch. CT's not actually ready for this one, but Flusher is down. He goes, though. A swarm of terrorists make their way towards the spawn position. At this point, it's up to Golden. He's to try and save the day here. It's man advantage towards Fnatic. Damage inflicted to a lot of players here. JW causing absolute hell from IBR from the library position. 4 versus 2. I think Fallen just wants to try and get that bomb down if possible. 2 players on this side of the map. Fnatic need to chill at this point. Golden waiting. He knows there's a chance that FAMAS, or the Galil I should say, is on the other side, but nails the shot. And it'll be JW, of course, challenging with the Deagle, and he finds series points. MIBR had this one, Alex. It looked like it was theirs. They lost to the P250s, the CZs, the Desert Eagles, the No Armor. They rushed apartments. And that's going to be something that haunts them for a long time if they give this one up.
Brollan's P250 straight in front of you, like standing by the door, you know, like straight up Hodor mode with just a sidearm.
You can take your Harry Potter references and get out of here.
Yeah, all right. Obviously, that was...
Obviously.
That was not Harry Potter. That was Lord of the Rings, you loser.
Nice. That was good.
Going to take the shot. JW, why is he sticking around?
I don't know.
A T just jumped at his window and he decides to crouch in the corner. He wants to try and catch Fer. I hate this. This is so scary. Oh, I'm sorry for screaming. That's stupid. JW, he's still alive though.
What
just
is
no
he doing?
scopes for walking around as the smokes fade. He wants more aggression in middle. Won't be given anything just yet.
JW back on his bullshit.
Yeah,
managing to make it work.
This is his map for it, man.
All right then.
Apps aggression and JW. Different type of
I've never seen anyone do that. I've second mid pick short, but then staying in there with the orb, hoping that you can bayonet someone with a weapon, that's kind of insane.
Jesus.
But I respect it so much.
Because he gets away with it on such a consistent basis, one almost can't be critical of it. JW's play, it's
Iconic.
Iconic, and it's not one I'd recommend to try and replicate.
No, I've always said that for like 6 years of karting. I've always said, whatever you do, don't try this at home. You do not have the DNA required to pull this one off.
Yeah, you want an AWPer to watch? Device.
Yeah, exactly.
He's doing what most people should be doing.
Yes, exactly that. 30 seconds here. What's the plan from MIBR? They've got 2 smokes. No real control together. They're going for a banana split, extra creamy.
Oh no, but this is it. I remind you, it could be the last round MIBR play in Arlington. 15 seconds left. The bomb's still in the bottom of middle. Oh, it's a broken squad. MIBR hamstrung, limping. They're not even going to make it to the bomb site in time. Fallen 5-4. He's been eliminated by Crims, and that is it. Fnatic will head to the semi-finals. MIBR, despite having a chance to take us to 3, Mirage was on the horizon, Henry, and it was taken away from them. The youngster Brolin, he did so much damage across this series. That one in particular, securing Inferno.
Yeah.
And it ended with quite the bang.
I asked you in the previous series who your MVP was. We had to have a conversation about it. We had some umming and ahhing to work out who to give it to. Brolin, hands down in this one. His Vertigo performance, sensational. He did it once again here on Inferno. He saved the day on a map that looked like it was slipping away from them. MIBR finally getting some form on Inferno, but apparently not. The P250 saving the day. Golden looking like a beast towards that B bomb site. Just looking like a great overall unit. Now that's some form that can lift the trophy. I really enjoyed that from Fnatic. That was great.
Yeah, that's a Fnatic that I'm excited for the semi-finals. You know, we question EG, and I think we still will. I'm very excited for the analyst desk pre-show tomorrow because they will outline all of that, and of course they'll be breaking it down in a moment. But it's so loud, isn't it?
Is there a conga line out of here?
Sure, yeah, okay, I guess we'll just get out of this way. I don't know if we have Sue waiting just yet, but I think not only the Brolin point, but I will highlight the Fnatic Vertigo tool in their arsenal is going to pay dividends in those semis.
It's huge. Like, you need to increase your map pool as the team develops, right? And Vertigo, you might not like the map, but it's here to stay, at least for now. You've got to be playing it if you want to be a world-class team. You see teams like Astralis bringing it to the table and showing us how it's done. It's good to see MIBR willing to play it now, and of course Fnatic there as well. They actually delivered a really solid performance. I hope we did as well. It was a little bit more fun today than usual, but I hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll throw it down to Stu, who's got the winners down on the show floor.
Thank you very much, Henry. Congratulations, Flesha. This was the 3rd big event that you had with Fnatic after rejoining the boys, and 3rd big event and another 3rd top 4 finish for you guys. I mean, that's absolutely amazing to keep this type of consistency going this honeymoon period. So what is that like for you?
Feels amazing. Like it doesn't feel like a honeymoon phase since we've pretty much been playing together before, except Brolin. But it's like we just came back. We did stuff we did before, but we did it like 10 times better this time, and we have a much better like mentality throughout, like outside the game, inside the game, like everywhere. So.
That was really evident in the games that we saw today, and you just mentioned Brolin. Brolin played out of his mind along with you, especially on that last map. Talk about what it's been like playing with him, because as you just mentioned, he was the only player you haven't played with in the previous Fnatic rosters.
He's a really great kid. Like if he gets his confidence up in the game, then he's gonna be like unstoppable. And we're always trying to like give him confidence and like make sure he's doing whatever he wants, and we're just like feeding him whatever he wants.
And I want to highlight your storyline as well, because you've had such an interesting 2019. You stepped off the Cloud9 roster all the way back in March, and then we didn't see you for almost half a year or longer. And then now at your first event back with Fnatic, you lift a trophy at Malma. So that's kind of crazy to think about. So what has that been like for you?
It's like it felt like a dream just coming back and winning the first one overall, and we didn't expect it at all. So yeah, like I feel like the comeback has been a lot easier than I thought, and maybe the community thought as well. So I don't really have any words to explain everything.
Well, it's awesome to see how confident you guys are playing in the server and out as well. Last question before I let you go. You're going to be playing Liquid in the semifinals, and the last time that Fnatic as a team played Liquid, it was when you weren't on the team. It was IEM Sydney, and back then it was a really close grand finals loss 2-3. But now, with the re-addition of you and Golden, do you think you can help these boys get revenge?
Hopefully, yeah. We know how they play. Like, we know they're a really skill-heavy team, and it's going to be a great matchup, and probably a lot of action-packed maps.
Definitely, I think the fans will be looking forward to that. Congratulations once again. With that, Fnatic will be rounding out our semifinalists here in Dallas. Let's head back to the desk.
Thank you so much for that one. So it's always incredible to get to hear from Flash, especially considering his performance on this map. He topped out the scoreboard for Fnatic alongside Brolin. They were the two standout players from this map in particular.
That was a fantastic map of Counter-Strike. I can't even believe the ending we just witnessed. Brolin coming through with the P250, $300 buy, no armor, no nades. MIBR doing a Halls pop on a full eco right at the start of the round. Oh, it's just so painful. They should have had this. They finally could have had that Inferno win. And then at that point, I mean, it's like it ignited something in Fnatic that just sent them back 3 years, and it just did old school Fnatic things. Crims running down mid, JW in the boiler, just hiding in smokes. I mean, oh my god, this game had it all.
One thing we have to point out, though, in general, that Golden played actually really, really well in general the whole series. He ended up on 40-33 in stats, and that's a really good highlight from him specifically because he already had so many like around him that's so good individually. So that's very surprising to see that he actually kept up with the number because everyone always talking about Flush and Bloran and JW and Crims mostly. So it's I'm very like interested to see how it goes tomorrow for the Liquid game.
And of course, all these amazing highlights brought to you by NVIDIA. And of course, picking up on what you were just saying there, Chris, of course, Golden looking pretty stellar with those 21 kills. Considering he is the in-game leader as well, he's still pulling in those numbers for Fnatic.
Oh yeah, for sure. And in general, when you're looking through the map, you know, everyone, like Sean was already mentioning JW and the boiler thing, like... Are we going back in years and seeing JW as going like all over the map and doing his thing? And I mean, it was saying, what did actually Henry say? It's like his bullshit thing.
Yeah, he's back on his bullshit.
That's exactly what he was saying. And Chris, you're pretty proud there with your Swedish memorabilia, your Swedish flag, your Dollarhäst. Am I saying it correctly?
Exactly. I have my Swedish flag here, and I got my beautiful Dollarhäst here.
And you can be proud to represent your region, as Fnatic are going to be heading to our semi-finals tomorrow, which is super duper exciting. But I know we kind of alluded to it earlier, Sean, with that round talking about Brolin. I just want to talk about that again, the round 24, where he managed to get those 2 kills with the pistol and then another one to finish off MIBR. That really changed the whole pace of the game for Fnatic.
Yeah, he read the situation perfect. He was on the balcony, he saw the Molotov come over the wall, and he immediately recognized it was a Halls pop. So he got as close as possible with the P250. I don't even know. He hit like 4 straight headshots. He wasn't even close enough to get one-shot headshots. He hit 4 straight headshots, picks up the AK just immediately. Immediately picks up the AK, and then gets a 3rd kill with it. I mean, he's just so aware. He played such a good series.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, in general, like one of the T round that we highlight out there, like when he had like the smoke there and killed the guy in city spawn, he had like 5 bullets left. He just turned away and looked to it, but I had like insta headshot taco there. I mean, that round like looked like it was me. We're gonna take it and actually turn around the wave to their favor. But Brolin just kept them in, like specifically on the T side. They had fun. He even finished the last round with an ace and all that kind of stuff on the first half. So I mean, looking good. You know, looking good. Beautiful, sexy CS.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what we like to see up here in ECS. And also Flusher was pointed out during that match that he had 600 utility damage. At one point, it was unbelievable.
He's back on his stuff too, I guess. Because that's exactly what he was known for before the Astralis era, is just he was the one that started this whole HE utility usage. You know, he would always do about 40 damage with every single nade that he threw, and he's back on it.
Yeah, and it's what is more impressive with it is like he did it way before everyone was really talking about it, like really using the utility, use the nades, the Molotov. So for us, you know, who played against him for years, like Sean was active, me was active like that, you know, playing against Flusher, we already like felt the nades in our faces, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Sean, I know you've picked up a particular highlight of that match. There are lots to talk about there, but which one have you chosen for us?
I actually went back to the first map, Vertigo. This was the 2nd round of the match. And this is just Fnatic dealing with this execute, right? You can see how prepared they are. Flusher immediately throws that counter smoke. He throws the Molotov. He gets the frag. And you can see he has this whole protocol down in his head. He knew this execute was going to happen one time this match. They fall back. They do a boost over the smoke. So this is the next thing that's in MIBR's way. MIBR handles it quite well. But look at the Molotov that comes over right on default. And this Molotov is what causes the whole round to change. Because now MIBR thinks, okay, let's go towards A. And this is actually an amazing mid-game call by MIBR to do this. But KNG gets a little bit greedy. I think if he would have lived there, this round goes way differently. But this is where like the old school Fnatic comes into play, right? They win weird 3v3s, 2v3s, rounds that you don't think they're favored in. That's the old school Fnatic, and they're back.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, speaking of MIBR as well, there's no disrespect to them. They obviously performed incredibly well given the circumstances, but we're going to be ending up with our top 4 teams in the semi-finals. You couldn't really ask for any more than that, could you?
So insane. It's so rare.
It's going to be so amazing to see the games tomorrow. I mean, the bracket is so stacked, and it's going to be hopefully, and like for us, it's like here and working. We don't want to have like 2 long days in general, but I want to have like really long day tomorrow. I want to have free maps. I want to have overtimes. I want to have everything tomorrow. I wanted to have like where it's basically like you don't want to forget this day because it's going to be so good CS. That's what I want and aim for us to see tomorrow.
I don't even remember the last time there was a tournament where the top 4 teams in the world all made the semifinals. I can't even think of one. I don't know if it's ever even happened in CSGO.
Well, it's going to be happening tomorrow. But before we get into that, let's take a look at our heads-to-heads. We highlighted 2 players before this match, and we're going to take a little recap and see what stats came up after this match. Obviously, KNG and Flusher. Flusher looking absolutely incredible, 96 ADRs compared to his average over the last 2 months of 78.4. He's beastly.
Yeah, but especially what is more amazing because of his utility damage during that game. Like, if he didn't mention that up and we didn't really look into actually the details regarding that, like we would have been so clueless actually how much he does, like especially for a spectator just seeing the game. But for us who actually knows how much utility damage he does, and he actually pointed out, it's just incredible knowingly, you know, like he's getting back to really soon to his form.
Yeah, and he's in hard roles too. He's the banana player on T side, and he's the B player on CT side. Those aren't easy spots on Inferno, and I mean he's literally coming right back into the swing of things.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're going to be facing Liquid tomorrow in that semi-final. And I'm particularly excited for that because there's so much firepower on both sides. What are you kind of expecting from those games?
I mean, Liquid is going to be interesting since they were like the first team to qualify for the playoffs. So we don't really like it. It's kind of in my head, even though it's like pretty much yesterday, I already like, oh, they actually played yesterday. They already qualified, you know, like that. But the best thing with at least, which that's why I'm talking just specifically on Liquid, is that I'm very excited for them because they just had a boot camp before this one, and they look very strong. So I'm very excited to just see them perform. We will see like the same Astralis coming back, and will actually do like even better than last time, or they like Liquid's gonna be there fighting, or we're seeing Fnatic making something.
Yeah,
we don't know, to be honest.
The EG Astralis rematch is so spicy in my opinion, and then Fnatic I think is gonna make Liquid play, you know, a scrappy game of CS. They're gonna have to come down into these really grind out rounds, which we always see out of Fnatic, and that's when all the boot camp stuff comes into play.
Yeah, and I mean, just picking up on what Sue was saying up there on the stage when she was talking to Flusher, obviously she was talking about that honeymoon period, but it's interesting because obviously Golden and Flusher have been on this squad before, but Flusher took 6 months off, as she mentioned. It's pretty amazing to see him coming back into this sort of form.
I mean, definitely when haven't really been grinding CS at all during that time period, when it was like having time off. Like I know that he played a little bit there and there, but that's about it. Like I didn't even see him like have a whole day when he was just basically playing CS and just grinding because he liked to play it again. He was just really taking a time off to actually focus on what he needed to done, like to be fixed because he wanted to still continue playing professionally. And then he comes back, wins Dream Masters.
And I've been in this game for a long time. So have you. That is so rare that someone can just take time off like that from the pro scene, fall back in the meta, and just come right back in and just be plugged into a system.
Yeah, exactly. It's so impressive from them as well. And just keeping on the topic of Fnatic, going into tomorrow, coming off a game like this, which was, I would say, even though it didn't go for 3 maps, it was still pretty testing, right? It's testing their ability. Do you think they're going to bring out any surprises tomorrow, Christopher?
I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to see at least a new game tomorrow from them. I'm pretty sure also like Mirage is going to come back as well. But we don't know, really. Like, since they really took us off guard with this thing, that Vertigo actually happened. And I mean, of course, it was the Brazilian who picked it out. But at the same time, they let it open. So it's quite interesting to see what they're actually going to be building up for tomorrow.
Well, we're going to take a look at our recap of our bracket, just in case any of you guys have missed out on any of the games today. You've missed out on a lot of action if you haven't been tuned into all 4 games today, because it has really gone down to the wire. Obviously, we saw yesterday Avanga losing out to Evil Geniuses and Team Liquid taking NIP down. But today, it was all about NIP over Avanga, but they couldn't make it against Evil Geniuses. They would fall 2-1 as Evil Geniuses advance to our semi-final alongside Liquid from Group A. And then moving into Group B, we obviously saw Astralis doing things pretty quickly on that first day, taking a 2-0 over Fnatic and a win over Sharks to start off their tournament. They have had a day off, so they will be coming in freshly prepared, freshly rested, maybe with some Texas barbecue in their belly to take, actually Fnatic, they won't be taking on Fnatic, but they'll be joining Fnatic in that Group B from today. I'm so impressed by Fnatic. I think they're going to be one of the guys to watch. I'm so much enjoying them playing at the moment, like watching them play. I think it's so spectacular, but we're going to be seeing Astralis take on the Evil Geniuses in our first matchup of tomorrow. It's going to be a big one, followed up by Team Liquid versus Fnatic. As we've been saying, the top HLTV top 4 teams, it's phenomenal that they're all ending up in the semi-finals together.
Yeah, what is more impressive with it, of course, is top 4 and all that kind of stuff. But what I think is pretty cool is that 2 American teams and 2 Scandinavian teams qualify for the playoffs. Not like 3, 1 or something like that. It hasn't been a long time that I've seen actually like 2 of those regions actually coming together in a way and actually playing the playoffs. I mean,
on opposite sides of the bracket too.
Exactly. So we can actually have a Scandinavian final. We can also have an American final. We don't know.
It's so exciting. I'm so excited to get into tomorrow. And you guys at home can join us too. There's only a few tickets left, so make sure you are quick to grab these ones up. Head to ecs.faceit.com to secure your tickets for what promises to be an absolutely manic weekend of Counter-Strike. We have the top 4 teams going head-to-head, and I'm sure the grand final on Sunday is guaranteed to be even better. Is that right, gentlemen?
100%.
Of course.
Well, we are going to be heading into that tomorrow. I'm so excited for you guys to join us back here in the Esports Stadium, Arlington. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me up on the desk today. It's been an absolute pleasure. We've had some fantastic games, and it promises to be more tomorrow. We'll see you then.